Hello, everyone. Welcome to our solstice celebration class. It's a very special class, and I offer it every year. And traditionally, we draw labyrinths or spiral. And if you don't know me, I'm Alina Smolyansky, a certified instructor of Neurographica. And for the class today, I prepared a ritual that we can call release and renewal. You're aware that how such a planetary cosmic event, it's not for the entire universe, but for our solar system, it's one of the major events of the year when the sun starts growing and continue and giving more light and warmth to our planet in the northern hemisphere, and the opposite cycles begins for the southern hemisphere. And of course, our human body reacts as strongly. This was period of contemplation when we go more inside, corresponding to the yin cycle of the year with more introspection. And now, a few days from now, we will begin, the day will start increasing. The opposite happens if you're in southern hemisphere. And if you're watching this class in any other time, you can make it, line it with the cycle of the moon or with your intention, because your intention or inspiration is the most that counts on this class. So from around the world, always from throughout times, solstice and equinoxes was celebrated in cultures, and the main events corresponded for those time when the earth transitioned from light to darkness and from darkness to light. I have my few like previous videos, then I went into dedicated to this celestial event, how it was celebrated. And this I will have a lot to do today, and I would like us to start our drawings for today. Before we begin, I would like only to mention that this class is not just a tutorial. Use it as a sample of the class that could be done when more people join together, combining their energy and intention, inspiration. And that will be the idea for my community. For now, I call it Neurographic Collective. Not only Neurographica, but also Neurographic Art, how it helps us in our life, but also combining meditation exercises and spirit of community. The wait list is open. You can join it, no obligation. In a few days, I will open registration. Let's begin our drawing. As I mentioned before, I wanted to use dark background symbolizing the darkness of the year, like the darkest time of our, as we're experiencing right now, or the brightest time. And this is the candle. It also gives a little bit of light. Before we begin, I would like us to pause a moment and create your topic, as we call it in Neurographica, or theme, or intention, or inspiration. I like the idea of intention behind the drawing. I like it, on the other hand, it has the word intention, meaning intention, and the other word that we can use is also inspiration, in spirit. Perhaps inspiration, it would be the best for today's class, that we could call it for release and renewal. So the first part of the class will be, class will be roughly divided into two parts. The first one will be release and second renewal, and it will be two spirals that will draw together. There will be first, we will, in the first part of the class, a release, we will draw a spiral. Starting, it will be counterclockwise and contracting. Okay. So make sure that you have spaces between the lines, because the second spiral, which will be expansion, will start from the center and it will be in the opposite direction. So make sure that you leave enough room for our drawing. So I would suggest that we can start on the lowest point, the spiral of release, reduction, and the expansion spiral or renewal will be, well, at least 3 turns, 3.5 turns, 4 possible, and you will end it on the top, not at the bottom, but top. Now, I would suggest that we take a moment of silence, contemplation, concentration. Center yourself in you, where you feel peace and stillness within you. And ask to release something that prevents you. If you know what exactly you want to release, you can mention that or be aware of it. If you do not know, if you are not sure, like for example, I know, but I don't want to make sure and make it specific. I ask and make this decision to release something that prevents me from, and for me, you can use a similar model, something that prevents me from moving forward in the direction I want to move. I know that something holds me back, and I make a conscious decision to release it. And I will use it with the help of the spiral. It's about the center. So, and I will draw the line. And draw a neurographic line. I trust my hand with the idea of release. Stop it. And you can strengthen it by adding more neurographic lines. Mhm. The corners. I will probably complete all this finishing work later, after the class. Let's take a couple more minutes to, if you need to round and contemplate this release. We'll see. As you can work on your drawing according to your knowledge of Neurographica. You could make it as Neurographic Art or more Neurographica according to your knowledge of Neurographica and desire, and how it this fit your current mood and intention. Okay, so can we continue? So did you reach to the center? So I want to make this a moment of meditative exercise from the center. So this is like a neutral point as we released something specific, we pause and we can continue now. I want to use to take this moment for addressing ourselves, our deeper self, our higher self. Let's focus on slow breathing. Just close your eyes gently. Make sure that you're sitting comfortable. And if you breathe out, please imagine that you're releasing something that no longer serves you. Maybe it helped you at some time, but I compare it like to fuel. It burned itself. It was useful, but now it's time, whatever's left, it's ashes, to discard. Let it go. Or maybe it was something that prevented you. Just it wasn't useful particular, but it was working to protect you. Something that various work of the brain, we don't know how it functions. But you know that it's not useful anymore. It's not helping you to move forward. Do not strain your breathing, just observe it. And release. And breathe in just pure air. And if you have this moment of stillness, try to notice, what is it within you? What is it that understands everything, that perceives everything? It's not a feeling, it's not a state, it's something bigger. You know, in some traditions it would be called soul, higher self. Well, in scientific terms, it would refer to consciousness. This is the deepest core. This is what makes us human. Because humans, animals also have consciousness, but only in this state of human being, we're able to, it's able to observe itself, be aware of itself. But essentially, this is our soul. Be aware of it. Now, gently open your eyes, and with this awareness, ask or desire or intent what is that you want to come into your life, or be it an experience, or be it a quality. For me, this is awareness, that pure consciousness. The foundation of everything that I want to experience, direct experience. And with this intention or inspiration, I start drawing, coming out of the darkness toward light, towards consciousness, unfolding, expanding. Like a new cycle, new chapter, new life. And if you know about spirals, once we start, spirals is the most efficient way of transferring energy in nature and as well as in Neurographica. And that's why I use it in those moments of solstice, most powerful energetically, believed to be the most powerful. And it's once you start from the center, you just continue. So you do not go back, the flow. That's an energetic connection. Regarding the center, I'm not sure, like, for some reason, I do not connect those two. So one ends and one begins. It may be a connection. It's not a, it really depends. But I felt like it's like one ends and one begins. And I send it to extend, connecting it to the environment. As I want to have this the spiral that symbolize renewal for me. And you can make it just more lines, make it stronger. Let me take a couple more minutes to draw a few more lines. Really to anchor ourselves in this intention, spiral of renewal. I'm shading my renewal spiral like it with white so I can tell exactly the difference between the two. Some ideas. For example, these spirals could be done with different colors. Like one is, if they do not connect, so one could be like release, maybe a darker one, and the one is the renewal is a brighter one. So that's, for example, like I can use shade a little bit. That's an idea of shading. But for the time being, I feel like I want to leave it for now as black and white, like to focus on the lines, focus on the movement, focus on the drawing itself. I can do a little bit of shading, but I think I would like to leave it as symbolically as dark and light without distracting with other colors, not bringing it. So if you feel you're welcome to use colors, it's only my feeling for now. Now, in terms of Neurographica, how I would finish it, I would probably add a few lines connecting with the background. Probably the main element will be here, the spiral itself. And it will be also used as a field line. So this is the one that was release. Even if it's stronger, but I don't want to emphasize it very much, as my focus is on the renewal spiral. This one, expansion. So I would probably make it stronger. The field line that symbolize this renewal and attaining or connection, that I will be the strongest one. And I will make it obviously stronger. Probably with a paint, one of the lines. Because pencils are soft. They have and if I want to produce stronger impression, I will use the paint. Need to add a little bit of shading kind of for the release style. And now I understand that it will serve as a contrast for the white one. Before the end of the class, I would like us to, as we finish our drawing, to conclude our exercise with another meditative exercise, sending wishes to the world, to the environment, to the world, whomever you feel as inspires you would like to feel. A candle. So when you're ready, please let's pause our drawing. So this time it's not only for individuals, but also we act as collective consciousness. And it is a small community today, we still have power. And these very important years are coming for our planet, and we are part of it. And as we're wishing something, I am absolutely sure that everyone who wished here, your desires for yourself, your renewal intentions are very positive. And from all this feeling and intention that generated, I would like us to extend our intention to the world, wishing that it will There will be more kindness expressed in it. It needs very much. Any good feelings like joy, kindness, compassion, love. All those elevated states, feelings of consciousness. Let's intend that they will be manifested in the world in the new year more and more. And so gradually open your eyes. As for those who are going to watch this in recordings, I suggest you take from this class as much as you wish. You can do only just drawing part, you can do only watching part or meditative part. So anything, take as much as you want and as you need. What I also suggest in addition to in our drawing, see we have this very powerful core center here. It's the beginning of something new. You may anchor this feeling and that with an object that brings special strength. Maybe it's a symbol that you want to include. Maybe it's a crystal. Maybe it's something symbolic related to your faith. Anything like you could place here, you can take photograph with it, or if you want, of course you can leave it as like this, like free, or you can place it and remind yourself, or you can Photoshop if or any photo editing program that you're using, you can also include it in here. So any meaningful object or symbol or photo or image that will serve as an anchor and remind you of this intention and this renewal. And finish your drawing to the best of your feelings, abilities, and understanding.